Wonderful, wonderful people, a pleasant evening to you. So, this video is in light of the two prime ministers or presidents, one from Cayman and one from Grenada. You know, in fairly recent times, just a few weeks ago, the Grenadian, is it Grenada? Yes, President Mohammed something another Ali had indicated that they're going to do a sort of one-off payment where they're going to give everybody. So whether you're in public sector, private sector, once you are a Grenadian and you live there, you're going to get basically the equivalent of almost $1,000 US, which is about 200. Was it 200,000 Grenadian dollars or whatever? If it's EC they use, I'm not sure the currency, but they're going to get the equivalent of almost $1,000 US. You know, because he understands how things are difficult and tight, and he just want to for the Christmas season, or you know, as the Christmas season, as we're on the cusp of this Christmas season, for the people to just enjoy and to get a little break and to be able to do something good. Sometime after the I think it's Prime Minister, President of a Cayman, or the relevant authorities, wherever they fall, said that they're going to give the people, the public sector workers in particular, is it $3,000 US as a one-time payment, similar to this, share the similar sentiments as their Caribbean counterpart, you know, to alleviate the stresses that people are feeling. You know, they just want them to have a good Christmas financially, because you know it does take cash to care. And it even went on to say that the minimum is going to be moved to USD $3,000. When I calculated it against the rate of about 160, that's $480,000 minimum wage. What's Jamaica's minimum wage? $25,000 per week. So $100,000 for the month. While Cayman, it's how many times that amount, you know, and people are going to say it's a smaller country, their dollar is stronger. Why? But let me ask a question. Is it that they're totally different human beings, that they pick those people from Pluto, and they pick the ones in Jamaica from Mars? Anyway, that's another topic. What I guess I'm trying to find out, you know, is will the Jamaican government do a one-off? Not this last $20,000, what they said they're giving to people who are earning less than $3 million, but to the public sector and the private sector workers, the entire Jamaican populace. We know that you wouldn't give us the $3,000 US, even though you guys can more than likely afford it, but at least the equivalent of $1,000 US to every Jamaican this Christmas. This to every Jamaican, one time, just one time we're asking you to do this for the Jamaican people. I mean, after all, we have been loyal, patriotic, and work hard to build this country in the ways that we can, to inspire others, to uplift others, for those of us who try to do that, to reprimand others, because reprimand is good. You know, Jesus was a very balanced God and man. You know, he reprimanded, he scolded, but he loved. Reprimand is not devoid of love. You know, we ask that when people do it, that they recognize that they too can fall in a similar sense. So don't come as though they are God. Come very humble but firm. When David sinned and God sent Nathan, the prophet had to really approach David with respect and honor. I suppose David did just really lose it. He could have get rid of him. I mean, he would have paid the consequences. But the point is, he had to approach David with respect and honor and with love. So he started out with a parable and gave a parable as the example. David said, that man ought to be gotten rid of and whatnot. And Nathan just jumped in, you know, sir, with all due respect, that man is you. Right away, David knew. Said he knew. It connected with his spirit. And I'm sure that he must have wept bitterly. You know, he was repentant. That's why David is such a fantastic man of God. He could have been spoken to when he wanted to, when Naboth had his vineyard and his holy things. And David and his men protected his place. you know, to make sure no thieves and robbers come. And then he sent word to get some food. And the man said, oh, excuse me, I never asked him to come and watch the place. Him looking brighty, sort of a situation. And David said, what? The joke you making, man. It must be joke. And they said, no, sir. It's all right. Him now wash here. We're going to take it and get rid of him. Abigail, his wife, heard. Not David's wife as yet. Naboth. And Naboth, him did name, yeah. And she went and got the food, everything out of the donkey. She said, I'm so sorry, my king. Guess what? If you get rid of him, they're going to say, you know, what kind of man is this? You know, it's going to really tarnish your character. So just take it. My husband is an idiot. So just, you know, it's all right. All right, princess. Because you speak, I'm going to listen. Again, the humility. Again, the humility of David. So I went on all of that to say this. David was a man who did right by the people. He dealt with the people fairly and justly. The Bible says that is why God caused him to be successful time and time, one after the other. Success knew him. Success followed him. Success, he was a very kind and generous human being. He was humble, but he was kind and generous. What will you do for the Jamaican people this Christmas? I mean, Prime Minister, after all, you said that you welcome ideas, you welcome things. Remember, you know, it wasn't this year, I think it was last year sometime. You said, yeah, man, you listen to what people have to say. You will listen to everything. So I'm hoping that you will listen to this now, sir. Get the people, not just public sector workers, private sector. One person said, why am I always blogging and just defending the public sector? I said, well, I'm in it now. And two, you know, it's if I weren't private sector, I mean, and they had their issues, I would vlog on the issues. I know they too have their issues. One of the main issues that hit both public and private sector is this thing called promotion. I don't know, I must appear dons back there this country, because, and I have to say it that way, which would include me, because I have never seen promotion difficult. So the best that I had seen was the 99 sergeants who got promoted to inspectors, which is a good promotion. That's a good, you would say good. I wouldn't say the best, but it's a good promotion. It's a different realm. Even the uniform changes. You know, you are no longer in the well, they were in denim now and all of that, but you know, the regular striped shirt, they're wearing the khaki and all of that. Although they're giving them the denim outfit, but it's a difference. It's a promotion. You know, good one. I wouldn't say the greatest. Promotion, I don't know. It's the most difficult thing in this, both in private and public sector, and it has nothing to do with education. I realize you could be the duncest. You could have a bad attitude. If you're liked, you get promoted. I've seen where people who fit the criteria for what would require being promoted in terms of your attitude, in terms of your competence, skills, and abilities, and they get shafted and trampled upon. So it's like when the Bible talks about in Isaiah, the good is being called evil and evil is being called good. So good is the 21st century evil, and evil is the 21st century good. So when you're evil, you get promoted, things come your way. Remember what Jeremiah 12 talked about and Psalm 73, read it. It is synonymous with all of this. So with all of that, Prime Minister and team, what will you do for the Jamaican people this coming Christmas? Because every year from Johnny was a boy, from Johnny was in his embryonic stage and phase, Johnny complained that life is tough, the roads are bad, the housing, them ridiculous, or they can't get any proper housing. They can't. So what alleviation will you be doing this Christmas for the Jamaican people for once? Make it go in the Guinness Book of Record. Make it go in the Guinness Book of Record. As opposed to just having the police them out there finding ways, nitpicking to try and get people to pay some traffic fine. In what way will all the Jamaican populace benefit financially? Even just one time. Because it makes no sense to ask any other time. One time. Politicians, make your name go down good, no? Make your name go down good for saying to do something good for the people in general. So I look forward. Anyway, guys, you know what to do. Subscribe to my TikTok, YouTube, and give me